Okay.
When you put that up there, it reminded me of an experience that I had in China. I was in China a number of times in the late 1990s, mostly to consult and teach and whatnot. And at one point, I was it was a quite interesting experience, staying at a major mental hospital a little bit north of Beijing. And I was asked to consult there by an American CN clinical nurse specialist who was educated at University of Washington, and she was married to Michael Phillips, who was a Canadian psychiatrist who's one of the best known psychiatrists in China and probably has done more about suicide in China than anyone. Somebody may have succeeded to pass him at this point. It was a long time ago. But I was told, and at that point I thought, oh my God, this is craziness. I was told by the head nurses that I was teaching and the American nurses who were working there with them, that the psychiatrists at this hospital, not Michael Phillips, but the Chinese psychiatrists, were taking precautions every time they were near someone with a major mental illness, because their belief was that they were going to catch it. They were going to catch it from them. And we all thought that was a totally bogus idea. And I think you had a slightly negative comment to make about that book, but I wonder if you could comment a little more on it.
I had a slightly negative comment on it?
I thought you did, but I could be wrong about that.
Oh, I like it, actually. I like it quite a bit.
Maybe it was projection.
It was the Chinese experience.
I think it was maybe a lack of magnesium. I think probably the easiest story to tell about that book is the story of toxoplasmosis gondii. So you have pregnant women aren't supposed to handle scoop out the cat box because they could get toxoplasmosis gondii. That infection changes our behavior. It makes women less social and men more social, which is interesting because it's kind of the opposite of our natural strengths. And what it does to mice is really interesting too. It causes them to be unable to smell cats. So they run through some cat poop and then they can't smell cats anymore, and they just walk right up to kitties and just say, "Hi, will you be my friend?" And the mouse goes down into the cat's gut, which is the only place that toxoplasmosis gondii can reproduce. And then the cat poops out the toxoplasmosis gondii in a mouse-rich area, and the cycle continues. So, and people know about cytomegalovirus. That's another one that's a possibility. I don't have them memorized off the top of my head, but what I can tell you is that when I do my intake, I ask people if they've ever had ear tubes in place. And I ask them if they've ever had a serious infection while they were very young, when their immune system was not up to speed yet. And if they have, then it's not that I can ignore their family history of mental health issues, but now I have a question. I don't have to find bipolar disorder in the family history in order to find it in the patient. Or I don't have to find schizophrenia in the family in order to find it in the patient. It might be this other thing. So it just gives me an index of suspicion.
Thank you.
Welcome. All right, thank you. Thank you very much.
Nice. We'll talk more. Okay, everybody, I'm going to do a little housekeeping here at the end of our conference. A few little tidbits.